Audio quality is arguably the most important thing when it comes to content creation. And if that's not your thing, then you don't want to be that person on voice chat with horrific audio, do you? So Tonor aims to come to the rescue with their TC777 USB plug-and-play microphone that's so cheap, literally anybody can afford it. Before we continue, welcome to Kit Guru. My name's Andy, and we'd appreciate you supporting us for free by hitting the subscribe button below if you enjoy our content. The Tonor TC777 has a UK RRP of just $39.99, but it's currently priced at $34.99 over on Amazon, boasting a huge 4.5 star rating with over 1,100 reviews. Can it really be that good for this price? Well, let's find out. So despite the low price, the packaging is actually very nice. I was expecting an almost unbranded box, but it's actually really nicely laid out with a nice picture on the front, specs around the edges, and it includes a sticker for 2 years warranty. So at that price point, this is really good. Inside the box, we have a nice manual that clearly explains how to set the mic up on Mac and Windows, includes a few troubleshooting guides for any issues as well, which is nice to see. We get a compact pop shield, and then the mic comes already set up on its own stand with a shock mount to absorb any vibrations. There's also a flexible arm to attach the pop shield onto as well. And I like that there's basically no setup involved with this. It's kind of already done out of the box. Personally, I really do not like desk stands as they're often low quality and they cause excessive noise to be picked up by the capsule. I'd always recommend getting a boom arm when possible. However, the fact that this entire kit is under £40 and you get absolutely everything you need to get started, I'm pretty impressed. The thing that makes me tolerate this stand on this occasion is the inclusion of the shock mount. This simple plastic cage has rubber bands that hold the mic into place. These bands attempt to soak up and minimize any vibrations that could potentially make it into the capsule and of course create excessive noise. Of course, we will test the microphone later, but first impressions are pretty good. The build quality of the stand is actually fine with metal legs, but the rest is made from plastic. On the base of the legs, we have large rubber balls. Again, this is another attempt to minimize vibration whilst also being non-slip too, so kind of 2-in-1 here. The one thing I'm really happy about though is the fact that you can unscrew the tripod legs, which then leaves you with the shock mount, which then can be attached to a boom arm. So, you know, it's a win-win. This does have plastic threading though, and most boom arms have metal threads, so expect it to wear if you're constantly taking it on and off, you know, the stand or the boom arm. The pop shield simply screws into place on the adjustable arm. It's really easy and it fits on fine. The microphone housing itself is completely made from plastic. It's fairly light, but it definitely feels cheap in my opinion, and it even came scuffed out of the box, which was a bit sad. Of course, that doesn't mean that it won't perform well. It's a blue color with a chrome ring around the top and the logo on the front. It does come with a foam windsock to minimize plosives, and underneath is a black mesh grille surrounding the capsule. I noticed right away, as you may have as well, that there's no controls on the microphone itself whatsoever. All adjustments must be made through the computer. I think that's fine, but I'd much prefer even a game knob on the front or the side for emergencies. The thing I don't like about it is the non-detachable USB cable. When you look at the base, the plate actually isn't fit flush either, and moving the USB cable does concern me slightly as it looks like with a bit of pressure it could just rip straight out. Now the cable itself is rubber and it does come kinked. These kinks slightly pull out, but not entirely, but it is pretty good thickness, so I kind of like it. It's not too thin, it's not too thick, so it should be pretty easy to manage, and it is 1.5 meters in length, so you've got a fair amount of length to deal with. Setting up the TC777 couldn't be any easier. On PC, just plug it into the USB, into a USB 2.0 or above port, and in my case with Windows 10, it automatically detected the device and set it to default without me having to do anything. So it worked straight away. If you're not so lucky for whatever reason, go to the control panel, go to sound, and then the recording tab, find the microphone named Tonor TC777, Double click to open the properties menu, and here you can listen back to the device if you want to, but you can also set the levels as well. Now they recommend that you set the microphone to 70% with a distance of around 15 to 30 centimeters, and I would have to agree with that. Before we get into testing the microphone and seeing how good the quality is, let me explain the type of microphone that this one is and its polar pickup pattern. So the TC777 is a condenser microphone, so it's incredibly sensitive with a wide frequency response. Now this means that it will pick up almost all sounds from the surrounding area. If you turn the sensitivity right up, you'll hear your PC fans, keyboard noise, and you'll even pick up cars driving outside or dogs barking, pretty much anything you can think of, so do be aware. That's why it's best to have it turned down to around 70% to avoid unnecessary sounds. It also has a cardioid pickup pattern. Now this means it will pick up everything in front of the microphone whilst aiming to minimize frequencies from behind the capsule. With a wide frequency response, the benefit is actually having great vocal clarity as it picks up all the frequencies within your voice rather than cutting out the highs and the lows like dynamic mics often do. Condenser mics like this one from Tonor are excellent for single person use, whether that's for voiceovers, voice calls, anything like that, but they aren't too good for things like podcasts where two people are in the same room with a mic each. If you had two people with a condenser mic each in the same room, then you would get hideous echo and other sorts of issues happening. So for all the technical specs of this microphone, make sure to check out our written review over on kitguru.net. So let's jump into some tests, shall we? These tests are completely dry recordings, so there's no effects applied whatsoever. I won't add any post-processing either, so the audio clips will just be raw, but I might increase the volume in case it needs it. So I'm about 15 centimeters away from the microphone now, and I've got the pop shield on as well as the windsock, so hopefully you won't get any plosives whatsoever. I do have my wife typing in the background, so you may hear that. But I'm going to do a quick typing test myself. I have the microphone in front of my keyboard. So let's just do a quick typing test. And now whilst I'm talking, you may be able to hear that. So I've stayed around 15 centimeters away there. I am going to just be quiet now and increase the sensitivity from 70% up to 100, just so you can hear the sort of ambient sounds in the room. So I'm going to do that now. And now I've pulled it back down to 70%. So you should get a really good idea of how this microphone should sound when it's in front of you, angled towards your mouth at 70% and around 15 to sort of 30 centimeters away. I would say 15 centimeters is better. So now I'm going to remove the pop shield. So I'm just going to push that out of the way. So that's the pop shield out of the way. So I'm just using the windsock now. I'm still about 15 centimeters away from the microphone. So s. Now let's just put the pop shield back on again. S. Now let's remove the windsock and the pop filter. So this is the microphone with no protection, so no windsock, no pop filter, so you might get some plosives, so tss, so you should be able to hear those pretty loud. So I definitely think, before I'm even listening back, that using both the pop filter and the windsock will be the best way forward. So what do you guys think of the audio quality? Well, personally, I'm blown away. For 35 to 40 pounds, this microphone is absolutely excellent. Of course, without the windsock and the pop filter, you're gonna get plosives, but with both in use, it sounds brilliant. The audio is very clear. My voice is being picked up exactly how it should be, without any frequencies being lost, and I couldn't be happier with how it performs. Like, I really can't stress that enough. Remember, you're getting absolutely everything you need with this microphone. There's no additional purchases necessary. No need to go buy a pop filter or a stand because it comes with all of them. I thought this kit would be too good to be true. I thought you'd get everything you'd want, but I expected the audio quality to greatly suffer. but that's not the case here. I genuinely think that this will be excellent whether you're a streamer, so, you know, actually live streaming, this will be great, no problem at all. If you're Discord or using other voice chats for your friends, or even for business use, if you're doing Zoom meetings or whatever, I really think that for the price point, this is a really good microphone. You should definitely check it out. But let's run through some pros and cons. So the pros, it's incredibly affordable. It's got really good audio quality. It's fairly compact. There's no physical setup required. It comes sort of set up out of the box. A true plug and play kit. It really is. In my case, I just plugged it in and it worked. Everything you need is included. The stand, the shock mount, which is a big feature, and the pop filter are good quality as well. The shock mount can be attached to a boom arm when the tripod is removed. There's no software needed, and I actually like that. The cons, microphone feels a bit budget. It was scuffed out of the box. The USB is not detachable. The base looks a little bit fragile, and there's no sort of controls on the microphone whatsoever. But in conclusion, Tonor has closed the gap between good audio quality and affordability. The TC777, there's literally no excuse for having poor audio in 2020. Fed up of your friend's awful mic quality? Show them this mic. Fed up of your own awful mic quality? Buy this mic. Yes, it has some quirks, but ultimately at this price point, this is one of, if not the best condenser microphones out there for the price point. It's great. Go check it out. So what do you guys think of this microphone? Are you gonna buy one? Let us know down below. If you've enjoyed the video, thumbs up, ring the bell, subscribe, check out our merchandise down below, check us out on Twitter, and read our website daily for tech news. I'm Andy, this is Kit Guru, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.